It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 of the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
The Carquest Indy Racing League of 2021 brings us to the Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. We're here for the Virginia Commonwealth 80k, race number 8 of 12 in this shortened season. John Andrews and Landon Smith Jr. are going to lead us off from the front row here for 67 laps. It's going to be a good one here at this 3/4 mile short track. Let's go down to the pits, take a look at your starting lineup, and get this pace lap started. And we're going to get these cars fired up and rolling here at Richmond. John Andrews and Landon Smith Jr. on the front row. In row 2, we find the 7 of Nathan Smith alongside the 59 Daisy Johnson. In row 3, we find the 26 of Trey Smith and the 41 of points leader Nathan Baird. In row 4, we find Mitchell Collins in the 3 alongside the 9 of Logan Williams. Rounding us out in row 5, rounding out in the top 10, we have William Brock and Daniel Bouchard. For defending winner at Road America, Daniel Bouchard. And looks like everyone's going to get rolling here at Richmond. And we are ready to do 80 kilometers, 67 laps. It's going to be a good one here at Richmond. Waiting for that pace car to turn down onto the pit road. And John Andrews, Landon Smith Jr., leading us down to the green flag, and the Virginia Commonwealth 80k is go. Andrews with a great launch there off the start. Smith Jr. already sliding back on the top side, and Nathan Smith's going to take a look down low. Through turn 3 and 4, it's going to be John Andrews leading lap number 1, Smith into second. Nathan Smith, that is. Landon Smith Jr. to third. Well, Trey Smith to third. Landon Smith Jr. to fourth. Collins in the 5th position, just on the inside of Landon Smith. Landon almost cutting down on Mitchell Collins there. They'll stay off each other and stay straight. Meanwhile, Collins going to take a look at Trey Smith in the 26. That's for third place, and he's going to get the spot. Up ahead, it's going to be Nathan Smith going at John Andrews for the lead. And he's going to take his McLaren Honda up to the front. McLaren Chevy, rather. Nathan Smith to the lead. Let's see what Nathan Baird's up to right now. The 41 is in 9th position. In trouble! Trey Smith around it into the outside wall. And I don't think anybody else is going to... Well, there goes... He goes inverted for a second. Daniel Bouchard didn't think he was going to make contact with him at all, but then came Arthur Xavier, hitting the 88 into that 26 and more. Another spinner there, 45, 55. Christian Vargas and the 45 of Jackson Harrison. We're going to see them come down on the pit road already. Some will, some won't. We're expecting a one-stop race here at Richmond, and already 6 laps done. And it looks like Keegan Thompson is blowing up in that 60. That is just unfortunate timing here. So we're going to see a lot of cars out of the race here on lap number 6. Right now, it's Mitchell Collins leading the race ahead of Willie Brock, Daisy Johnson, Charlie Davenport, and Will Parrish. Looks like a good half of the field came down onto the pit road for one reason or another. Keegan Thompson's out with a gearbox failure. Christian Vargas is listed as accident right now. It looks like we're going to see the 26 come back out. the 88 and the 45 potentially as well. It's like Arthur Xavier got that wing fixed up on the front of that 81, and not quite. But they've done what they can. They didn't quite get the wing fixed up, but he is back out on the track pacing in this single file line. But as we continue to pace here under the first caution of the race here, the Virginia Commonwealth 80k, let's go back and take a look at what happened to set it off. Coming about turn 4 here, Trey Smith cutting down on his teammate Landon Smith Jr. and the 18 of Charlie Davenport. Up the track he goes into the outside wall, picks the back end of the car into the air. Nathan Baird just missing that in the 41, and Daniel Bouchard's going to come in here and try to not hit the 26, just scrapes him there, but in comes the 81 of Arthur Xavier into the back of the 81, and that in turn lifts the 26 into the air, at which point inverts his vehicle, and he'll land right side up. A strange incident here at Richmond, but let's go back and take a look at another angle. Watching from overhead here, as you see, just cuts down on him. Into the wall he goes, and behind everyone taking evasive action. 88's not able to get by, neither is the 81, and that'll push the 26 over. But looks like everyone's going to be able to go on here. With that, the track is clear, we're good to go, so let's head to the restart here at Richmond. Field still pacing here under the first caution of the race at Richmond, but we got the one to go this time by. We have 2 cars out of the race, 2 a lap down, and one more looks like he's going to have trouble there. Trey Wright in the 20, getting down to the apron with some sort of problem there on that U.S. Air Force number 20 for Ed Carpenter. Probably a tire down on that 20. We'll see if he can get down the pit road and get back out on the track. He's going to want to do that very quick, because the fastest lap right now is 17.211. That's how quickly these cars go around Richmond Raceway. Pace cars down on the pit road. Mitchell Collins, William Brock, Dizzy Johnson, Charlie Davenport, and Will Parrish, the top 5. Green flag back out. Smooth heading off the second turn down the back straightaway. Nathan Baird making a move on Will Parrish. That is for the 5th position, and the points leader will take 5th away. First, second, third, fourth staying relatively the same. Daisy Johnson getting down to that apron could allow Charlie Davenport to close back in behind her. Derek Hamill going to take a look at that outside. Caution's back out again. And it's Baby Ruiz in the 1, and maybe a few others. Trey Smith in the 26. Damage on the front of that car. And caution is out for the 2nd time already. We're going to see some more cars coming down on the pit road, no doubt. Certainly the ones that stayed out under the last caution will still be out on the track. Looks like that's the trend here. Ruiz down on the pit road in that 1. Likely gonna call it a night here. Very unfortunate break there. So he'll come down on the pit road and be the 3rd car out of the Virginia Commonwealth 80k. But now it is Derek Hamill leading this thing, ahead of Owen Miles, Benny Watson, Braden Perez, and Scott Upton. That is the top 5 right now. Some guys came down on the pit road, and the ones that stayed out under the last caution, of course, or came down under the last caution, of course, staying out for this one. John Andrews is 6th, Landon Smith Jr. 7th, Nathan Stapleton 8th, Arthur Xavier 9th, and Logan Williams rounds out the top 10 here at Richmond. Meanwhile, as we continue to pace down to the caution, let's go back and take a look at what happened to bring it out. So we're going to watch overhead here as Nathan Smith looks like he's just slow on the inside, trying to get to pit road, not quite going to make it there. Ruiz is going to get into the back of him, turn him around on the inside, and then Ruiz is going to get hooked. And up the track he goes. His driver's behind, gets sideways. Smith hard into the 1, and Inverted into the fencing on the outside goes BB Ruiz. And thank goodness for the aero screen there, Trey Smith. Getting a windshield full of the rear tire from the one of Ruiz. Durrani and Roberto Crown Jr. also around there. So we had a huge accident coming out of turn number 4. But I don't think everyone's going to be able to go on from this one. But let's take a look at another angle. So here they are rounding turn 3 and 4. Nathan Smith slow, gets hooked up into the track. BB Ruiz, good grief, what a vicious accident. Into the fencing there, and the smoke coming out of that one tells the tale. He's not going to be able to go on at all. But the track is clear, and we are good to go. So let's head to the restart here at Richmond. Still pacing here under the second caution of the race here at Richmond is Hamill leading the race ahead of Miles, Watson, Perez, and Upton. And we have a third car out of the race, actually 4 now. Trey Smith apparently also fell out of the race. BB Ruiz out of the race, so we have 4 out of the race now. We're down to 26 cars on the track, 24 on the lead lap with Jackson Harrison and Trey Wright a lap down right now. But we're coming back to the green here, the Virginia Commonwealth 80k, waiting for that green flag to fly, and it is waving, and we are racing again. Hamill goes a little wide there through turn 1 and 2. He's going to hold on to the lead, though. Watson's not going to be able to hold on to third unless... Well, Braden did get down there after all, so it looks like Braden Perez might be taking third place away. Owen Miles looks like he's going to take the lead away from Derek Hamill. Yes, he will. Car 28 to the lead, with bringing Braden Perez into 22 in tow. We'll make it longer than 2 laps in this run. Might be set for a long run here, let's hope. Braden Perez to the lead in that number 22. Top 2 going to get singled out. Upton going to get down low on Derek Hamill somehow with that damaged wing on the front, not impeding his aerodynamics. Nathan Stapleton working his way down low on both Benny Watson and Derek Hamill. He's going to move into the 4th position right now. This is some risky racing here at Richmond. Nathan Smith coming out onto the track. Hopefully he doesn't impede the leader traffic. I saw a crazy battle going on there between the 14 of Ethan Lewis, the 41 of Nathan Baird, and the 12 of Ryan Durrani. It looked like they were going to try 3 wide, but I guess they thought better of it. They were single file until we got back to them, and now it looks like Baird and Durrani going to go side by side, and Durrani's going to get the spot. Number 1 staying mostly calm throughout the field now. Stapleton going to pull away for 3rd. Landon Smith Jr. on the inside of Scott Upton. That is for 4th on track right now. Auto Club winner Benny Watson settling down in the 6th position. He's going to take a look at 5th on Scott Upton. Already on to lap number 24. Almost halfway done here at Richmond. The, I believe, second to last oval remaining on this season's schedule. We have 4 races left after this one, with given the schedule being shortened for the remainder of the season. So we have Gateway. Actually, we got 2 ovals left. 2 ovals left before we get to Indianapolis. We have Gateway, Texas, and then the road course of Watkins Glen, and then Indianapolis. And then at the end of that, that'll be it for the foreseeable future for the Carquest Indy Racing League, because as of right now, here on the Trinity River Network in 2022, we're narrowing down to 1 series. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, I probably did, but yeah, Scott's is going to go away too, at least for now. Carquest is going to go away, at least for now. But we'll still have the Cabela's Cup Series, which is getting rebranded to the Trinity River Cup Series. So we'll have that to look forward to in 2022. Obviously, you've already seen You've probably already seen the Next Gen test at Road America that was held this couple weeks ago now. But that is something to look forward to. The next test, I believe, is going to be at Texas Motor Speedway in 3 weeks from now. So that is something to look forward to for sure. But right now, just before halfway, it's Braden Perez leading ahead of Owen Miles here. And they are having a heck of a battle right now. Owen Miles trying to catch up to that 22. I don't know if Jackson Harrison's going to play a factor or not. Meanwhile, Nathan Stapleton and Logan Williams going to get nose to tail. Stapleton's going to slide wide, and the teammates for Ganassi are going to go side by side there. That's for 4th on track. Give it to Logan Williams. Right now, Watson closing in on his Andretti teammate, Owen Miles. Owen Miles, the winner of that infamous race in Kentucky. And Benny Watson, the winner at Auto Club Speedway. Perez has not won a race this season. In fact, he's had a bit of, honestly, an atrocious season. He's been in the air twice. Once at Pikes Peak, and then again at that race at Auto Club that Watson won. Now he's catching up to the 45 of Jackson Harrison. Lap traffic going to get in the way now. Perez is going to get by with just about relative ease. Owen Miles might have a little bit more trouble than he did. Never mind, he and Watson get by relatively easy there on that front stretch. Down the backstretch once again and into turn number 3, coming to lap 34 this time. We're going to have 33 laps to go here in the Virginia Commonwealth 80k. The race is up to an average speed of 97.341 miles an hour, thanks to this long green flag run we've had since the last caution. We've only had the 2. Other than that, it's been a fairly clean race, but a good one. I like clean races. Contrary to what you may think after Kentucky, I like clean races. For the record, I had tried recording Kentucky 3 times, and that was honestly the best one to come out of it. If you could believe that. And trust me, I know Twin Ring was on the schedule before. Twin Ring would have been much, 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 much worse. I can guarantee that. But Braden Perez coming around for 30 laps to go. He has never won on the Trinity River Network before in any series. This, Scott's, are the only ones that he has participated in. Hasn't been in Cabela's yet. But he's trying to turn his luck around for the rest of the season. Closing up on the lap traffic of Daniel Bouchard. And he's going to get by him fairly easily, with the exception of being held up out of turn number 4. He's going to try to stretch away from Owen Miles, though. It looks like he's going to be able to, as Miles looked like he got a little slowed up there in behind the 88. And Perez is trying to put that clean air to use. Thought somebody had gone around, but thankfully there has not been a car go around. We are clean and green right now with 27 laps to go here at Richmond. A 0.69 second difference between the 22 and 28. That's a pretty nice gap that Braden Perez has over Owen Miles. Benny Watson 0.84 behind that time, slipping a little bit from the pace of the 28. Owen Miles closed in 2 100ths there, trying everything he can to close in on that lead that Perez has right now. Nathan Stapleton in the 4th position, trying to close in on the battle with Watson and Miles. He's having a bit of a low-key run here, but a fantastic one. After a good run at Road America, he's trying to have another one here at the Carquest Indy Racing League. John Andrews there in 5th, in jeopardy of losing the spot to Scott Upton. Not going to happen just yet, but it might this next time, this next turn coming up. As will Ethan Lewis lose a position to Roberto Crown Jr. there. That's for 7th on track. Ryan Durrani going to take a look on the inside for what is now 8th, and then Logan Williams is going to take potentially a look for what will be 9th. Daisy Johnson and Davenport having a hectic battle right here. Give it to Davenport on the inside. Lance Smith Jr., the 27, going to take a look at Davenport now. And of course, Daisy Johnson might be able to close in down low and catch back up. But now we're looking at 22 laps to go here at Richmond. This is a fast-paced race here, if you can't tell. The fastest lap time right now, Trey Wright, in the whole race, with a 16.949. He's had the fastest lap. The thing is, though, he is a lap down. But just imagine if he was up to pace. Let's see where he is on track right now. There he is on the outside of Charlie Davenport. And where he's at right now, that would be 13th if he was on the lead lap. So, but if he was on the lead lap, you know, he's had some really, really bad luck here on the Trinity River Network, but at least showing some speed here late in this Virginia Commonwealth 80k. Now 18 and a half laps to go for Braden Perez, trying to bring it home for Team Penske. Got another car in front of him. It's Jackson Harrison again. Harrison is already 2 laps down. He's in jeopardy of going 3 laps down. I don't think this is going to hurt Perez. He's been able to get by these lap cars relatively easily. And Owen Miles, I don't know how many more opportunities he has to close in on this 22. He looked like he closed in a little bit there. From 0.6 to 0.4 the difference, but he's going to lose the time again as he gets stuck in behind that 45. Benny Watson's right there in that 29. Nathan Stapleton, of course, closing in on this battle as well. Being wary of the 45's position on track, he's going to get by. And so it'll be a 3-car battle for second. But Perez likes that. It means he can continue to pull away. A 0.72 second gap over Owen Miles right now. Now it's 0.77. Watson still has not been able to make a move on Owen Miles there. Still not going to sling to the inside. I'm honestly surprised. They will stay singled out now with 14 laps to go here at Richmond. The gap tightened up a bit there from 0.77 to 0.64. Well, we've seen Miles close in several times. Caution's out and a big pileup. Daniel Bouchard, Mitchell Collins, and Ethan Lewis. And maybe some more. There's Landon Smith Jr., the 27, involved. Mitchell Collins is still rolling somehow. It looked like he was in the air. I'm surprised that 3 is still able to move. That is a ton of damage to that Pennzoil number 3. Of course, some cars going to come down on the pit road, looks like. Most will not. Daniel Bouchard come down. Roberto Crown Jr. is going to come down. We set up for a late race restart here at Richmond. This is going to be a wild one. And of course, no green-white checkers here in the IndyCar series. Unlike Scott's and Cabela's, we will go to the advertised distance. What's going to be less than 10 laps to go when we get the restart here at Richmond. Braden Perez leads Owen Miles, Benny Watson, Nathan Stapleton, and Scott Upton. That's the top 5 with Durrani, Williams, Andrews, Davenport, and Hamill rounding out the top 10 at Richmond. And as we continue to pace here under the 3rd caution of the race, let's go back and take a look at what happened to set it off. Turn 4 is Calamity Corner tonight. John Andrews into the back of Jackson Harrison in the 45. And down comes the 45 into the 14 of Ethan Lewis. Harrison looks like he holds on to it. Lewis does not. He gets sideways on the track there. Trey Wright, a little bit of contact. But up the track, he's going to come. And Landon Smith Jr. nowhere to go there. Slams him. Roberto Crown Jr. gets a piece. Mitchell Collins right there in the 3 gets hit. Sam Oskin just sneaking by there. Daisy Johnson hits the 3. He gets damaged there. And more cars coming in behind. Somehow it looks like everyone else is going to get by this one. But let's take a look at another angle. So let's watch this one again. Coming out of turn number 4, Harrison down into Lewis and up into the field. Pow! Right there. There's the contact And coming in behind here came Mitchell Collins, as well as somebody else who hits the 3. It's Daniel Bouchard. That's why we saw Lewis and Collins in the air. But that is why we are under the third caution of this race. But that is not the caution that Perez wanted to see. He had almost a second lead over Owen Miles, but going to be a little more difficult to stay ahead of the 28 now. Can he do it? We're going to see. Track is clear. We are good to go. So let's head to the restart here at Richmond. Got the 1 to go signal here at the Richmond Raceway for the Virginia Commonwealth 80k, working the third caution of the race here for a savage accident coming down the front stretch and into turn 1. And we have a bigger laundry list of cars who are going to be out of this race. As you can see, I think Daniel Bouchard is one that is not going to be able to continue. Ethan Lewis out. And actually Jackson Harrison's still on track. But the field is in the hands of Braden Perez, who led the majority of the last run. He's trying to capitalize here. He's trying to get his first win and show that, well, the beginning of the season didn't mean anything, that he can get something going here as the green flag is out. 7.5 laps to go. Owen Miles trying to steal it, take advantage of the opportunity of the Titan field here off the restart. 7 to go this time by. Braden Perez has just been so strong in the latter part of this race. Ever since he got the lead, Miles has not been able to catch up to him. He hasn't been able to get around him, and the only reason they're as close as they are now is because of the caution coming out. But even with the restart and then being closed back up, Owen Miles is not able to get around that 22 of Braden Perez. Just solid run all around for Braden Perez. Looks like he may be coming home with this one here in the next 6 laps. Low on the racetrack, though. He came extremely low out of turn 3 and 4. Continued to run the lower line down the backstretch and into turn 3 and 4, but he has still got the lead. Owen Miles, however, closing in. And he took the higher line, though. Perez glued to that inside. Boy, Owen Miles might have more of a chance than I thought he did to get win number 2. I didn't think he had a chance at all. It sure looked like he didn't have a chance. Oh, no! Braden Perez blowing up. And Owen Miles even gets held up. Davenport, everybody getting held up there. Around for the lead. Nathan Stapleton in the 8. Coming around for 3 laps to go this time by. Caution's not out. But Braden Perez, another heartbreaker in the Carquest Indy Racing League, looked like he was set for certain victory. But now on the inside with a blown motor. And we are going to be green to the end here, potentially. 2 laps to go this time by for Indiana's Nathan Stapleton. Benny Watson second, Scott Upton third, Ryan Girani fourth, Owen Miles back to 5th. And Owen Miles was running second just on the backside of Braden Perez, and they're both heartbroken now as the white flag comes out. 3/4 of a mile to go for Nathan Stapleton. He's never won before on the Trinity River Network. He's come close, but now through turn 3 and 4, he's going to put it all together and bank on a late opportunity given to him. Nathan Stapleton wins the Virginia Commonwealth 80k here at Richmond. I can't believe it. I don't believe it. Braden Perez, what a heartbreaker, but the triumph is for Nathan Stapleton, who after all this time without having a win, now he's got one. Didn't win it all in 2020, but 2021's already starting to look up. As he comes to pit road, wins by half a second over Owen Miles, or Benny Watson rather. Scott Upton third, Ryan Girani fourth, Owen Miles back to 5th, Charlie Davenport 6th, then Logan Williams, Sam Podolsky, John Andrews, and Ethan Farley rounds out the top 10, and scroll through the rest of your field there. Points leader coming into this race, Nathan Baird, finishing 13th. He might still come out of here with a points lead after that solid run for the 41, but only 23 cars finishing this race. Perez, Lewis, Bouchard, Ruiz, Trey Smith, Keegan Thompson, and Christian Vargas unable to finish, and it looks like it was a camshaft failure on the 22 of Perez. Nathan Smith, Trey Wright, Landon Smith Jr., and Jackson Harrison finishing a lap down. Harrison finishing 3 laps down in this race. Good grief. What a race here at Richmond. And late race drama off the restart. It looked for sure like Perez was going to win that race. I didn't even think a caution was going to come out late there, but Nathan Stapleton capitalized on the opportunity when Owen Miles got held up by the 22 of Perez, who was blowing up, and he comes out of Richmond with a huge win here in the Carquest Indy Racing League. We'll take a look at your point standings, and we'll wrap it up here at Richmond until the next race at Worldwide Technology Raceway Gateway. Y'all have a good one.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.